Alright, quick disclaimer. I use natural lighting in my videos because I don't have any of the fancy stuff and because the sky makes my face look nice, but the window that I use that's behind you is fading fast because it gets dark so early and I've waited too late to film this video, so if the light goes wonky, I'm sorry. There's a shadow right here. That's my phone that I'm recording with casting a shadow on my face because I'm having to use a lamp over there to make up for the lack of sun. So if the light goes wonky or glowy or away completely, we'll figure it out. It will be okay. Okay. Hey guys, it's Pepper, and today we're gonna have a chat about the time I held a boy's hand. Now, that's either gonna sound like really trivial clickbait to you, or like something that's going to be really exciting and sappy and romantic and a tale of love and loss. It's neither of those things. I'm not a masterful storyteller, but I do get myself into some weird situations. Today, we're going to start out relatively mild. This is just one of those things that will make you cringe as you're listening because it's so was I doing what was going on. You can use this to make yourself feel better because even if you've been in a situation like this, you're definitely not alone. So, this is a story of the first time I held a boy's hand. Setting the scene, we're at a prayer vigil for his mum who is very ill. Just so romantic. It's in a church, and I had never been to one of these before that was completely orchestrated and organized as a prayer vigil. It's pretty much just this giant room with hundreds of chairs and hundreds of people all just sitting in a circle, and it ended up being kind of this group therapy thing where his mother went and sat in the front of the room and everyone got up and said what they were thankful for about her and then prayed over her, and it was really nice, but it was kind of like a funeral and I was a little uncomfortable, but that's not important. Either 14 or 15 when this was happening, and she has 7 or 8 kids. One of them is a boy my age, who we will call Tyler, because I have Screen by 21 Pilots stuck in my head. So Tyler is one of those people that I didn't talk to because he seemed to get along well with everyone else. That seems stupid, but let me explain. Tyler is handsome, smart, funny, handsome, funny. He's just a good person. He's friends with the people that didn't like me, but he was also friends with the people that loved me. He just got along well with everyone. So it's the end of the prayer vigil. It's been 2 hours, and I don't see Tyler. I figure maybe he stayed home with his little siblings, or maybe he was in the nursery helping out with the little kids, or maybe he was in the cafeteria in the back of this church, which was huge. Either way, I was kind of disappointed not to see him, but at the same time, relieved because so the prayer ends, and somehow my parents have worked their way to the opposite end of this giant assembly room. So now I get the task of swimming through the sea of crying, hugging, laughing older people to get to my parents on the other side of the room so that I can leave and go home and, pray on my own, but not in this giant, loud, smelly, sweaty environment with Cheerios on the floor. So I get up from the tiny, it was weird, it was like this little kid's staircase that I was sitting at, and I don't know why I was sitting on it, but I was, and I was almost under the bleachers where everyone else was sitting, but I was half under the bleachers, so when I stood up, my back felt like someone had used it as a trampoline. Okay, so I stand up, and when I stand up, I see him. See Tyler. And he's right in the path of where I need to walk to get to my parents and get to safety. I immediately just start going through all the calculations in my head. How am I going to get from point A to point B without crossing Point Tyler and get home to safety and macaroni and cheese because I hadn't had dinner? While I'm scoping all of this out, I see something even better. Not only is Tyler in the middle of the floor, he is surrounded by attractive, squealing, preppy teenage girls. Now, if you want to be an attractive, squealing, preppy teenage girl, that's fine by me. But when I see 7 teenage girls going, "Oh my gosh! Around one attractive teenage boy that I have never spoken to, and I'm trying to avoid out of the sheer fact that I don't know what to do in this situation. I just go into red alert mode. Abort mission. I will sleep under the bleachers. I'm just, nope, big nope, nobody, nope, no, I'm not. I'm just done. I'm zigzagging up these bleachers and trying to get to the other end of the room. There's this giant conglomeration of older people, and they're all standing and sitting and praying. I can't go in between them. They're praying. I can't go behind them. There's a wall there, and I can't go in front of them because there's people. But that's my only option. So, forced into the sea as a salmon to swim back the way I came, I go down these bleachers with defeat on my face and march into the sea of people. So after being hugged by people I don't know for about 5 minutes, I get halfway across the room, and I think I'm a good 10 feet away from Tyler. No, I hear my name, and I turn, and there he is with his little teenage girl posse. They all have gum in their mouths. They're just looking at me. And you think that this is the worst possible outcome. No, I make it so much worse. He says, "Hey Pepper, how you doing?" and goes up for a high five. I feel like now is the time to mention he had broken his arm 4 days prior. His arm is in this giant cast. He's just wearing this giant status symbol of friendship and love. Just drawings of cows and birds and Obama and signatures from Benedict Cumberbatch. Alex from Target was on there somewhere. When he holds up his arm, it's pretty much glowing angelically in the light. I go in for the high five. Our hands connect, and then I do this. I close. I grasp this teenage boy's hand with Viking-like force. Maybe in your head, you have faith in me, and you think that as this is happening, I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" And it's this kind of weird in-the-air handshake. Oh, our hands clasped. I don't say a word. I don't say anything the entire time. So for about 15 seconds, I maintain eye contact and maintain hand contact, and I just hold this boy's hand in this sea of crying adults with these teenage girls staring at us. One of them's gum just falls out of her mouth because she's just in awe. I'm maintaining eye contact with Tyler so forcefully. I'm pretty sure there were tears coming out of my eyes because I haven't blinked in a solid 10 minutes. I could feel parts of me dying. Why didn't I let go once I realized my hand had closed? I just held on because that's how you make friends. Finally, I come to my senses. So I don't just let go, laugh it off. No, I throw his hand like a broken wrist. I throw his broken wrist. So he's holding his wrist now as I'm pretty much stumbling blindly away. But then he says my name again. Says, "See you at homeschool co-op on Monday." What is this? That's the story of the time I held hands with a boy. And the crazy thing is, that was almost 2 years ago. I had never talked to him before that. Since then, recently made an Instagram account, so we've been talking back and forth almost every day for 3 or 4 months. And really nice, and we have a lot in common. So I made a friend. Got off so well for such a weird... It's not even much worse has happened due to my strange nature. I think what makes it better is how well I got off, because that could have gone so badly. Make friends, kids. Just hold their hands at their mother's prayer vigil in front of a bunch of attractive teenage girls and try to break their wrist. Here's my story. Now it's gonna be on the internet forever. If he sees this, you know who you are. Your name isn't Tyler, but you know who you are. And never brought it up since then, but I'm Sorry. Hope that you got some nice cringes. I know I did. Still want to stick around after this and risk something strange happening to you as well, then you can, and we can chill, and you can subscribe. I don't like saying just hit that subscribe button at the end. I know you know to subscribe. You know if you like what you're watching, you can hit a button and subscribe. So why do I need to tell you? I don't. You're very capable. You can do what you want, but that button's there. Let me know if you want to see more stories, and no matter how awful things seem, because I went home after that and cried, just find a silver lining, like to go. And I will see you next time we chat. Take care and don't be square. Alright, what am I doing? This is the thing. This is one of the things.